You may ask what that is. That's complex regional pain syndrome, also known as reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Is a debilitating and progressive chronic condition characterized by severe burning pain, pathological changes to bone and skin, excessive sweating, tissue swelling, and sensitivity to touch. Now, while the causes of this are unknown, the syndrome is thought to be the result of a malfunction of the nervous system. It's also often misdiagnosed because the condition is poorly understood. It's estimated that more than 400,000 Americans suffer with this syndrome. It's important to educate both individuals and medical professionals regarding this disease, promote research to help identify, diagnose, and treat it. The first Monday of November is designated to raise awareness for this and to educate and raise funds in support of research for this debilitating condition. And would you like to say a few words?
That will be November 6th.
Yes.
It's the first Monday. I will wear my orange tie that day. I think all of us will wear something.
Yep.
I don't want to bore everybody. I'm going to speak quickly, but I do want to convey a lot of information in a short period of time because there isn't a lot known about this. It's actually very similar to the illness that was just discussed in some ways. Everybody here today who is suffering with RSD, those who are unable to be here, and the caregivers, all wish to extend their gratitude to you, Mr. Romaine, and to the town board for raising awareness. I'd like to acknowledge the members of the support group and Irene, the caring woman who runs it. As I read this, if you have been affected by something I say, please put a face to it with a show of hands if you feel comfortable doing so. Reflex sympathetic dystrophy, RSD, sometimes called complex regional pain syndrome, CRPS, and nicknamed the suicide disease, is characterized by a deep, aching, cold, burning pain and or increased skin sensitivity, even to clothing. Swelling, color changes, temperature differences, changes in hair and nails, and motor disorders, usually following a minor incident that does not subside but can wax and wane. If left untreated, the pain can become widespread. We are wearing orange, the awareness color, which represents the burning sensation experienced by those of us suffering with RSD. The FDA officially named complex regional pain syndrome a rare disease in 2014. Dr. Mitchell first documented this disease, then known as causalgia, during the Civil War. After more than 150 years, so much is still unknown. With early diagnosis and proper treatment, it is possible for some to succeed in defeating RSD before it has a chance to spread. Sadly, many in the medical field are still not taught about this rare disease. And when we end up at a new doctor or in the hospital, we do not always receive an accurate diagnosis or the proper care. Adding to the confusion, a variety of symptoms associated with it, and the many names by which RSD is known. It's changed names over 20 times. Since I was diagnosed in 1997, I have seen many symptoms added to the list as a result of others reporting similar symptoms to their doctors. When I was first diagnosed, RSD was considered a psychiatric disorder. They now know that psychological changes are as a result of the pain, not the other way around. In the early days, I was afraid to voice what I was feeling because I actually felt crazy for experiencing some of the things which are now considered symptoms. For example, how can sound feel like pain? RSD is more than just pain. It becomes systemic in some people. It is associated with other illnesses and can impact autonomic functions. About 33% of RSD patients suffer from hypothyroidism. 43% of patients with rosacea also have neurological conditions such as RSD. It has been linked to an increase in migraines, vision issues, cardiac problems, and cancer, among other things. We need to raise awareness because there needs to be funding to research a cure. Most insurance companies' initial response is to approve only the common take-a-pill method of treating pain. Some of our representatives feel the answer to drug abuse is to limit access to medications for all, including chronic pain patients, and now doctors are afraid to prescribe. For me, medications have never been the answer, but for others, it is the only way they can even attempt a day of a semi-normal life. Some non-traditional or experimental therapies for the treatment of CRPS include, but are not limited to, acupuncture, hyperbaric treatment, ketamine therapy, and even some topical medications. These non-traditional experimental therapies are not covered by most insurance. The only way new therapies are found and treatments become approved is through awareness, such as this, and legislation such as the Open Act. I have lost much as a result of RSD, but many have lost more. We need to bring attention to this so that others can be diagnosed and treated early enough to save them from a lifetime of complications and horrible pain. A pain which ranks higher than that of non-terminal cancer, chronic back pain, fibromyalgia, childbirth, and amputation on the Bill Pain Index. Earlier, I mentioned that RSD is nicknamed the suicide disease. That is because there is such a high incidence of suicide among sufferers. There is no respite from the excruciating, incessant pain, and there's an enormous lack of understanding. The suicide rate among chronic pain patients is 50% higher than average, and CRPS ranks higher than any other disease. Once again, we'd like to thank you and the town board for the proclamation designated the first Monday of November, Complex Regional Pain Syndrome Awareness Day. Please wear orange that day and help bring awareness and color the world orange.